Okay, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. It's good to see all of y'all, right? For this, you may have recognized what's behind me, right? Maybe not the word fascism. Maybe you've heard of it. Someone, not a takers. I'm sure you've heard of it at some point, somewhere. You might have used it in any context. Fascism is a very complicated word, as well as a few of the vocabulary words you may have seen so far through our bell ringers, right? It's a bit more of a broader definition, which can lead to a lot of different ways to explain it. The Frayer model here is going to help you understand the vocab words that may be a bit more challenging, as well as get more clarity on certain individuals, right? Like, for example, this guy. We all know who Adolf Hitler is, right? But maybe some examples and non-examples, right? Really understand, put it in perspective, right? This is the Frayer model, right? So I handed this out to you earlier, right? This chart, if I have it, like the one up on the board. Sticky paper today, guys, and all of that. You may have different words, right? There's fascism, right? Some people may have Pearl Harbor, some people may have annexation, right. I'm going to teach y'all how this chart works, right? We'll start with fascism, we'll do it. I'll show you what, put what and where. And you're going to, each of us has their own different paper, right? I know you guys have Pearl Harbor, you guys have annexation, right? So you guys are going to research what these words mean and put it together, because you're going to have a presentation at the end, briefly from the group, and help define what this is. But first, let me show you how to do this with fascism, okay? I'm going to make the screen bigger, which means I'm going to hit slideshow mode, and I'm going to freeze the screen so I can do inputs. And it doesn't seem to me that the pen is around here, but that's okay. We can always use fingers. So I'm going to annotate, right? I'm going to use black just to make it easier, right? Now, the definition of fascism, right? There's a whole bunch of them, but our textbooks keeps it pretty consistent. It's basically an ideology which appeals to nationalist dictatorships, right? Nationalist dictatorships. We've talked about nationalism, right? Let me put that up here. So nationalistic dictators, okay, right? We already talked about nationalism, right? It's pride in one's country, but it can also be more rooted in ethnic ties, right? Different ethnic groups in different countries, right? The United States is a nation of immigrants. We are very diverse, right? But then you have countries that are not so ethno-diverse, right? Japan to this day is a very, very homogenous, single ethnic group state, right? So that can lead to a nationalistic front, which we'll talk about too with the Empire of Japan too. But yes, so facts or characteristics, right? It's all about the I, right? The I being the dictator, not necessarily the person. So you want to say dictators are always a part of it. Dictatorship even. It's one person running the whole thing. All right? And then one thing too, I can tell you about fascism too, is that it's usually trying to counter a group that they perceive as hindering or making bad, right, their ability to succeed. So you could say scapegoating, right? That's a term. So who could tell me, right? I know y'all probably know this already from different classes back in the day, but does anyone know what Germany scapegoated during when the Nazis were in charge, right? What group of people? Think of it. Yeah. Yes, Jewish people. Yes, so Jewish people, they were scapegoated, right? A large common thing in fascist groups is that they're going to have a group of people that they blame, okay? Right, so the scapegoating, dictatorship, and then the last word I want to say, right, is just control, right? Right, it's a lot of control. Movement of people is limited, right? You are told where to be, where to go, and do it all in the name for your country, okay? So examples, right? Anybody? Yeah, Germany. I heard one in the back. Someone mumbled it. I know we're a little asleep today. That's fine. Germany. And I'm going to put two. We don't really talk about it here. You will talk about it more when you do World War II again in high school, some of you. It's Italy, okay? Fascism's actually going to start in Italy. It'll start there, and then it'll blossom over to the German Third Reich, as they were called back then, right? So we have Germany, Italy, non-examples. Yes, United States, USA, right? Make a little, and be creative, guys. You can put pictures in here too. That's one of the benefits of the FREYA model. If you can't describe something that you have in front of you with one of these different words, right? If the research isn't helping you, maybe a picture can help you describe it better, right? It's all about accessibility and creativity. That's the name of the game here, okay? Right. Okay. So we know our assignments, we know what fascism means, and we know what the different words are. So I hope the presentation goes well. There we go.